All right, Black Science TV 111, Osei Kufuor, I'm back at y'all again. Now, today I'm coming to pick on a subject that needs to be brutally attacked, especially when it comes to the black womb. What we fail to understand or overstand is that the womb of the woman is not only precious, but it is a connecting vehicle to a force that uses it as a secretary to bring forth physical life. But within that physical life, there is a spiritual umbilical cord that can never be cut. And the people who run governments, I ain't gonna even say people, the entities that run governments, right, that know the science of this umbilical cord and what it is attached to, that force, it knows that when certain planetary forces goes into retrograde, or when certain stars, right, start to move from being immovable, this is the birth of a new fresh energy of souls that will be vibrating, because it can't travel like we do. It can't walk to the earth. It has to vibrate to the earth using sound. Sound that we don't hear, because reproduction of spiritual life is initiated behind the scene of the physical realm. So we are in front, we are on stage, but behind the curtain of this stage that we are on, there are initiations going on and ceremonial events where biological forces are trying to find wombs to come through that are vibrating on a frequency beyond the stage that it is on. So what wombs are we talking about? Now I come to that. The wombs that I am talking about are wombs that Planned Parenthood was set up to attack in the first place. And these centers and these facilities that they use to attack these wombs were placed adjacent or near so-called black communities. So we know exactly what I'm talking about. These wombs are black wombs, black holes, dark matter, black magic. And I can go on and on and on, because we have been taught, right, or conditioned to assume that black is something dark and deadly. It is, but not on the level of negativity. Because in order for you to overcome evil or oppression, you have to use something deadly or a deadly force to wake up or awaken your attachment to the thing that you are placed under control to, or the thing that you under hypnosis to. A lot of us are under hypnosis to forces that control media. Matter of fact, not just media, they control every sense that we have in this physical body. They know what you want to eat, what you want to see, what you want to hear, and etc., etc., etc. So, the womb. Today, this year, 2022, this is not 2022. The year that we are actually in is a year that has occurred before in a realm that is behind the curtain on the stage that we are standing on, which we call the physical plane. So this event, or this year that it actually is occurring again. And because we are inside of time, and these entities that control governments are inside of space. Now, I ain't talking about space up there. I'm talking about behind the veil of the physical realm. They can play with time and manipulate time. And you are assuming that you are in 2022, when in actuality, you are not in any time zone, but you are within the realm of the infinity, right? Which they have measured for you to live on and to control you in that book. So basically, they placed you in a book. I don't want to get off subject. The black woman has a vibration going on. And the vibration is connected to a sound of forces that is headed toward this earth. In order for it to head toward this earth, these are the angels that we are talking about. It has to fall through certain particles of sound vibrations. And these sound vibrations we were hearing years ago. They were being put into a womb of what we call compounds or atoms. And the ringing in the ear that many of us was hearing and still hearing today, this was a birth of forces that is now coming to the earth through vibrational and forces to attach to the womb of the black woman. You don't believe me? Watch what the so-called black woman give birth to within the next 3 to 5 years. They already talking. They already coming out of the womb with gray hair. Teeth pushing through the gums and don't even hurt them. Right? So some people may call them star seeds. In order for a star to fall to the earth, right, it can't travel through the air because the air hides their being from being able to exist here if it doesn't have a physical body. So it has to find a physical body, and the physical body has to vibrate on the frequency and sound that it is vibrating on. So again, those stars are souls. We are all stars. We come from the stars. And we came through our mother first as sound, vibration. And then we fell into a body that vibrated on a frequency that we vibrated on, and that location of the star and within the planetary zone that it was going in retrograde in with that planet. And this is where your astrology come in at. We think that the sun sign identifies us. It may be to a certain extent of physical demeanor, but so now everybody want to talk about CERN, and this is connected to what we call CERN. And I'm not putting this out for fear. Let me just put this on record. I'm not putting this out for any type of fear, because fear opens up portals in your aura for these entities, because there's some entities that still falling to the earth that is living in a zone of low vibrations. And they can only travel into you by way of the emotional frequency of fear. Right? And many of them fell to the earth in this time zone that we call 2000, and around the time too as well when the Twin Towers occurred, because portals open in the area of New York, in certain areas of New York, in the oceans and things of that nature. And so therefore they had to create fear in that area of the people, where these things can land their spaceships, their spiritual spaceships, into your emotions, so that way they can take over certain bodies. There's a lot of things that happen in that area psychologically that we don't know about. So they keep you looking at just the buildings that were hit. But there were a lot of people who were hit mentally. And if you were going to the psychiatric centers in New York and look up those records, you will see that the things that happened to the buildings were not far worse than what the people who checked into those psychiatric wards in New York and certain centers in New York City. Things abducted people that day, and they were nowhere near the Twin Towers. See, they got you looking right here at something physical, when the war is always spiritual. These people don't care about nothing physical. So now, black women, I'm talking to you. They are now trying to get your womb, and they are going to create products for you to put in your body, right, that will create certain things that will give them justification to say to you that in order for you to be able to not be in certain levels of pain, we will have to take your womb out. Not because they want the melanin in your womb, but because what they want was vibrating within that melanin, that special effect of carbon that is vibrating in your womb. It's some sound that's connecting to your womb. And they want that because there are entities. And you might not believe it, you might think I'm crazy. There are entities that will digest or ingest the chemicals inside of your womb just to peek over into other realms to see what these things are that is coming to attack them, not physically, but through sound. Everything is falling. That's a good thing. We say everything is falling. It's a good thing when things are falling, because that means that something is being rebuilt. We don't want things to fall. We always want things to stand up. We want days to be good, but we don't want things to fall so that other things can be rebuilt in honor or in place of the destruction that caused us to be oppressed. We want to get better from something that we still connected to. It's like we stand in a relationship with something and hoping that it get better. No, sometimes you have to leave that relationship, meaning you have to let destruction occur. That's what happens after the storm. The rainbow comes out. It's a beautiful day, right? And these people want to put you in fear so that you can stay in a relationship with them and hope that destruction don't happen, because that will keep them here. But Black woman, I will advise you to start breastfeeding your child. Whatever you give birth to, breastfeed your child. Because I'm telling you, these children that's coming in, these star seeds that's coming in from behind this curtain on the stage that we're in, they will be attacked in your womb, because the sounds that they are connected, that spiritual umbilical cord that I was talking about, that sound that they connected to, they trying to reroute those notes and those tunes so they can fuck with your baby before coming out of the womb. But I'm telling you, it's something in your breast milk that's vibrating too. And with that inside of your child's brain, there is nothing, you hear me, that will be able to touch them. There's a force inside of your milk that is being built up by way of the sounds and frequencies that is touching your womb. And if you give your child what is being produced naturally for it to ingest, your child will be just fine. Black Science TV 111, Osei Kufuor, I'm out. Peace.